go this way. I think this is the right way. But yeah, it's probably going to be another short one. Another couple hours just because I am feeling better. But it's like very slowly better. And I'm not going to push it. Oh, I could have teleported here. Whatever. It's fine. I think this is the right way. Or actually, maybe it's not. I maybe took the wrong turn. I think I did. I think I was supposed to go the middle area. I think that's where I'm looking to go. I think this is the right way. So y'all should be happy that I took the time to learn the game, learn the routes, so that we don't get lost. This guy's not following me, is he? Kinda is. I'm gonna need... What do I have on here? Don't need that. Need confetti. Confetti. This is the boss I was talking about yesterday, where you can basically just two-shot him. But he can insta-kill you, so that's fun. There's one. That's the move we're looking for. Now we just need to wait for him to do it again. And at this point, kinda just up to him. Wait, I forgot it actually pauses. I'm like, I wish I put that on my bar. But this ain't Dark Souls. You need to reapply. Game's not generous enough to just let you do it without confetti. Oh, but we just got him. We just got him on sheer damage. Now, I've never used that item. No clue what it actually does. And I know there's a way up here, like not through this boss, but I cannot remember it. Guess we're figuring out where it is now. Oh, it was here. Also, I forgot this guy even existed. It's a sweep. I tried to go forward. That's a sweep. That's the kick. That's him gone. Down this way. Okay, I'll have to remember that. I went here on the offline save, which I'm just going to refer to it as offline save. I was going to say the get good save. But I mean, that's subjective. Because I got better. I got better. We're not going to say get good. We're going to say got better.
Oh, the death.
I think regardless of what you do, I think if you just fall and die, you can just res. This way, you know. It has items. I didn't mean to do that. Whatever, it's fine. I don't know which way's better. Imagine this way. Maybe not. Maybe the other way was the secret. Whatever, it's fine. Wait. Is this the way I want to go? This might actually be the more difficult area. Yeah, the gunman. Oh yeah, and there's also another gun area. In like the snowy cliffside. I should have maybe turned that guy into an ally. Yeah, we die. I'm gonna take the death. I didn't want to aggro the boss, and I forgot that there were multiple enemies. Not ideal. I remember he has a command grab. I gotta remember he has actually a gun too. I have to remember that part. Sure, why not? Why not? Oil. That's something I've never done. Is the oil? I know it makes the guys like more susceptible to fire damage. Guys, that did way too much. I might actually use some items here. This is defense, right? Yes. One. There we go. There we go. He might not be the toughest enemy, but I do have like just some bad habits with certain encounters. That's one of them. And the Guardian Ape. I think I said Guardian Gorilla last time. Guardian Ape. Which is, you know, a difficult fight. So doing this one before that one is maybe not a good idea. What? Let me get up there. It must be through here. No, what am I doing? I gotta rest. The grape ape? No, it's not the grape ape. I do know who that is, though. Only because of Mega 64. When they challenged screwattack.com in like a game competition, and whoever lost had to stream exclusively the Grape Ape cartoon on their Twitch channel. That is ancient, like, internet knowledge. I don't even know if those videos are still up. They're not even here. Okay, so, wow. You actually just have to beat the Guardian Ape before you can even do this fight. I guess it makes sense. I didn't think it was the same, like, character. I thought it was just, like, another one. And I want to say Screw Attack lost the competition. Hanna-Barbera was pretty terrible. They were also pretty fun. But, like, they didn't have very good ideas. Like, Godzuki was pretty bad. But, I mean, it's kind of fun. But it's kind of bad. That feels like their whole, like, thought process of, will this idea work? Oh, it sounds fun. And then, they do it, and it's like, oh, it was pretty bad. Like, there's a reason why there's only, like, a handful of classic Hanna-Barbera cartoons. It is because those were the only good ones. But I mean, would you count Scooby-Doo? I'm pretty sure that was Hanna-Barbera. Now it's just kind of changed so many hands. I don't think you could count it. I know Wacky Races was. You know, that makes more sense. I don't think it would be me. Despite the fact that I did, in fact, specifically go with that name because of him. Which is kind of just... I don't want to say it's ironic. It is a little bit. It's strangely coincidental. Scooby-Doo was Warner Brothers. For whatever reason, I always remember the original being Hanna-Barbera. But maybe it was the Jetsons. But also that is also maybe not Hanna-Barbera. It's that weird time of those cartoons. And it just, like, I just associate it with Hanna-Barbera. So I guess, yeah, we can't. We gotta do the other one. Just glowing. Whatever. So I guess we can't do that. We have to do... I'm trying to think of the fastest way. I think it is this way. I guess we specifically have to do it in that order. I thought it was a little bit more, you know, pixie-choosy. Actually, I didn't even look to see if we could even go. I just know the Guardian Ape, like, reappears there. We could have gone there. I'm, like, thinking, oh, we didn't beat the boss, so we can't do it. But that might also be an indicator that that area is, you know, tougher. So maybe it's a... I'll heed the warning. That's not a... I mean, Scooby-Doo has to be Hanna-Barbera. They put Dick Dastardly in that one Scoob movie that nobody watched. Not even me. Who, like, actually kind of, you know, is one of, like... I wouldn't say, like, hardcore, but, like, I enjoy Scooby-Doo enough. Yogi Bear. Okay, that was one of them. See, some of them I'm like, is this Hanna-Barbera now? You said Warner Brothers, and I was like, second guessing myself on some of these.
They find have you? Yeah, Sekiro. Wonderful. Go.
But I feel like, you know, it's... Scooby-Doo's one of those things where, you know, I like it.
Go.
But, like, I'm not the majority. I'm not a big audience. But then also, you know, nobody liked the Velma show. And I'm sitting there like, who is this show for? But I'm also like, am I really going to just watch a cartoon? Am I just going to watch Scooby-Doo as an adult? As a grown man? The answer is probably no. But I would definitely watch the original. I think it's technically 4 movies. I always think of it as a trilogy because I don't really like Cyber Chase. But I'm talking about Zombie Island, which is Ghost. And I think it's just called Alien Invasion. I can't remember. It's something like that. Cyber Chase you can kind of tag on there. It's kind of a little bit not as good as the other 3. But that's like ideal Scooby-Doo for me. And I actually like Billy West as Shaggy. Even though Matthew Lillard's like good as well. But I kind of just... It's different enough to where like those movies feel very unique to me. It's just a very iconic kind of version of the characters. Oh, it's done by a writer of The Office. I mean, it just felt like they wanted to make their own show, but they had to use an existing IP. And not by like, it feels like it because I watched it. I didn't watch it. I just saw everyone react to not liking it. But I don't think Scooby-Doo's like an IP you kind of want to do stuff with. It's just, it's too niche now. And trying to do something new with it is just going to upset old people like me. And like kids, I assume, just don't care. They just watch YouTube. But even the Scoob movie, the one that like just came out, like who was that for? Like just put out the 3 movies I just said, just like remaster them into like HD Blu-ray, which they probably are. Just keep re-releasing them. I'll be a happy boy. Got a conspiracy theory? I always have like a conspiracy theory. When it's like, man, this thing was weird. Why did they do it? I can't help but think of like how it happened. I'm kind of like that with Ninja Turtles as well, with Rise, because I'm like how did they do this? Like, why did they do this? Seth MacFarlane, creative control over the Flintstones. I kind of... See, I was about to say I kind of would like to see that, but I don't know. Also, that seems very weird, but like, I could totally see Seth MacFarlane just being like, dude, I just love the Flintstones. He's just one of those guys. Where's the correct way? I think it's here. And there were a lot of nostalgia cartoon recreations kicked off by a lot of different companies. Not even just like cartoons. Just like shows in general. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's just weird. Because, like, none of the characters just were the characters. They just had the same name. And like it's kind of the same thing with Rise of the Ninja Turtles, where everyone is basically different, but they just use the same names. Well, they're different in a way, but like they're basically all the same. They're the same as each other. They're not the same as the characters they are known to be, which was the problem, or at least the problem I had with the show. I'm not gonna watch a cartoon as a grown man, but let me talk about Ninja Turtles. and how I think Ninja Turtles is bad now. I mean, the show is fine. It's just not... It was not a show for pre-existing enjoyers of the IP. Plus, it did look really good. The animation was crazy. I can't knock the art design and the way the show looked. That is not the problem. The problem was the substance was not there. You know, it's moments like this where I miss anime being not mainstream. Like, I remember being like the kid in high school who would watch anime and everyone would think it's weird. Now when I talk to my friends, they're like, oh, did you watch Attack on Titan? I'm like, excuse me? What did you just say to me? Did you watch Attack on Titan? I'm like, yes. Well, why are you watching it? Also, hello, Rune. Sorry, I was zoned in, but talking at the same time, which usually doesn't happen. And it's supremely awkward too. Because, like, I already, like, binge watched every show that I ever wanted to watch in high school. And now I'm jaded and I don't like anime. And now I have, like, my friends talking to me like, did you watch Sword Art Online? And I'm like, no! Looked horrible. They're like, oh, man, did you watch Fate? And I'm like, no! I'm like, did you watch K-On? And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah. We are not the same. Or they would maybe say, what's K-On? And I'd be like, yeah. Flying witches or handshakers? I don't trust very short named shows. I also don't trust very long name shows, which is weirdly what a lot of shows are doing now. And I was thinking about getting a Crunchyroll account. You're talking to the guy who watched anime in high school who, like, stopped watching it to the point I don't even have a Crunchyroll account. And I have not even... That was not what I wanted to do. Oh, the worst is when they're like, did you watch Iron-Blooded Orphans? And I'm like, no, I didn't watch the new Gundam season. They're like, have you ever watched Gundam? And I'm like, yes. Gundam Wing. Like, what's that? Like, please stop. Please stop. Do you know like any like other good mech anime? Have you heard of Escaflowne? No. Why do I even bother? Oh, long names are because of a light novel. Is that how you get noticed in the light novel community? The longer the name, you know, they'll just see it like sticking out of like the search history or whatever, the directory. They put the synopsis in the title. You know, I guess that works. You know, that's true. Actually, very, very funny story about, you know, not reading, you know, that kind of stuff. The blurbs or whatever. I bought an art book that was like, you know, a fun for fun, like fake instruction manual. And, you know, it just had good art and like fun ideas in it. And I think I've told the story before. But at like the very back where it's like, you know, trademark, you know, copyright and all that. And it's like the blank page and it has all that information. It was put in there. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, this is not a real thing. So it was actually just like, you know, like copyright this and that. And then it like, it was writing it, like he wrote a blur. It was like, if you actually are reading this, please @ me on Twitter with, you know, this being a mention and I will like acknowledge it. And I didn't tweet, but it was very funny. But I know this artist who would occasionally like randomly just like post pictures of himself like pointing at the camera, and that's what he was reacting to. It's people finding that. So that was fun. So don't tell me people don't read the blurbs on the back, because I definitely do sometimes. If it's interesting enough, I'll read it. Sensational. Also, I don't know. Okay, so I do want to talk about Dungeon Meshi again, but not like anything like specifically about the show. So, I mean, it's been a while since I've invested or like gotten invested into something that was like not new, but like kind of already had a pre-existing like fan base. Is it normal for like the communities to be like, hey, I'm so glad everyone watched episode 1 of Dungeon Meshi. Here's my fan art, or here's, you know, whatever of, you know, here's my appreciation of the show. And it's just like a ton of like spoilers. It's just like, dude, I just watched episode 1. You're already like posting spoilers. And you're in the algorithm, so I'm definitely seeing it on Twitter. Like, is that normal? I'm glad you're enjoying the start of the show. Here's everything about it in 0.5 seconds. Because I always wondered, because I remember when, like, I was really into Chainsaw Man when that started. And I knew it was getting an anime. And then when the anime came out, everyone was talking about it. And then I would see, like, man, the Chainsaw Man fandom is, like, literally worse than anything else. And I'm like, huh. I didn't like say anything about it except that it's a good show. Wonder what they're talking about. Is that what they're talking about? Because I feel it now. It's like, wow, I like this one thing. Let me look up this one thing. Oh, now I know everything about it. And, not really excited. It's not that I'm not excited, but... it grinds my gears. A new season of the one... Is that One Punch Man? One Don Maki? No, that can't be One Punch Man. They call it One Punch Man. I don't know what that is. I don't pay attention to all the new shows. I'm sorry. If I can recount how many shows I know people were excited for or people were talking about, like the only anime I know people were watching was Gundam. The one with the two girls. And I'm trying to think of another show people were talking about. I have absolutely no clue. That's like the only show. Pretty sure we get snaked now. How to pick up girls in a dungeon? Oh. You know, funny enough, that's one of the shows my friend was like asking me if I watched. And I'm like, oh. I just don't watch shows anymore. I don't watch them. Is it the one where the girl eats the monsters? I could not tell you, man. I just couldn't. And not because like the knowledge is in there. I just need to search the mental library. It's just not there at all. The only anime I can recall people were excited for. Oh, well, I guess final season of Attack on Titan. And by final seasons, I mean like the last hour and a half. Gundam. Dungeon Meshi, obviously people were hyped for. I was hyped for it because, you know, new Trigger show. And I'm really trying. One Piece doesn't count because One Piece is always popular. And everyone's always looking forward to it. Doesn't count. I think Boruto came back to finish up the first chunk of story. I think that's coming back or is back. That's all. That's all I can. In like the past couple years, that's all I can recall. Oh, JJK, but like I I actually like JJK. I slept on it so hard. Which is one of the shows where, like, if people talk to me about it, they're like, hey, are you watching this? I'm like, yes, actually. Well, I'm not watching it right now. I'm pretty much caught up. So I'm reading it. But I'm like, man, I slept on it so hard. I had no interest in it when season 1 came out. And then, like, when season 1 was kind of stewing, I was kind of like, oh, I'm like, whoa, what's this show all about, huh? And I'm like, man, it's actually good. Oh, I have no idea. Don Maki, I have no idea what that show even is. I couldn't. Oh, I said, do you mean like, is that like maybe One Punch Man? Because you put one at the front. I'm like, oh, is that like the translated title? But I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure it's just One Punch Man across the board. Oh, Mob, actually. I know Mob. People were excited for Mob, and Mob actually is good. Well, the 3rd season people were talking about. Now that's done. Oh, that was Dungeon Meshi. Like, the first episode just came out. The season just started, and people are on Twitter like, I'm so excited for, season 1. Here's my, repertoire of fan art and appreciation of the series. And I'm like, huh. I don't know who any of these characters are. Or I do know who they are, but they look different in this picture. So clearly something happens. And I said, like, is that what happened with Chainsaw Man? Why people were, like, not happy with people talking about Chainsaw Man? Like, episode 1 comes out and they're like, oh, guys, Chainsaw Man is the best thing ever. Here's everything about it and everything that's going to happen. Because I would get mad, too. Like, I'm mad. If that's what happened, I just had that happen to me. So, like, I don't know the specifics, but I know something happens at some point. But, not cool. I guess just stay off social media. And this is coming from someone who doesn't typically mind spoilers. But I think it's just because it's like such a rare thing. It's like, okay, new Trigger show is actually something that's like pretty fun to watch. And I kind of would have liked to not have that happen. By the way, we did not drop frames there. There's just so many enemies that it like dips to 30. Yeah, it is Trigger. I think it's done by, I'm assuming, like the B team, like the guys who did Gridman and Kisniver It's not like the Yo-Yo Shinari Sushio team. It's like the B team. And by B, I mean like still good, but I'm pretty sure it's them. Have to look into it. I'm very bad because I've wanted to watch Gridman. This is why I'm always like, man, I need a Crunchyroll account so I can watch Gridman. And I didn't finish Kisniver. I think they're probably working on Fanny and Stocking season 2. I think that's probably their next project. Yeah, it is a Trigger show. Ika. Why it's kind of hype. And apparently this was in production for like 9 years. Like they must have like the manga would have just started and like maybe a bit of time passes and they were looking to get an anime done. I don't know if they were waiting for it to, you know, finish because they want to do the whole thing, which makes sense. And obviously with that amount of time, you could, I don't know if you could space out. I kind of don't want to fight the boss yet because we almost have a skill upgrade or a skill level up. 64. And I'd like to just get that wrapped up before losing it. Because we're probably gonna die a handful of times on this guy. Okay. All I wanted. Actually, how much money do we have? Is our money? Kind of a lot. Not a crazy amount, but let's go back. Let's see if we can bank it.
Hey, still. Until next time.
By the way, I just want to, if it sounds like I was being very complaining, I'm not like this does not like put me in distress or anything about Hanna-Barbera or anime or having my friends watch anime. It's just banter.
Need it.
Oh, I could have bought this.
May that depart.
Except for maybe the part about me being upset about the spoilers. That's probably as close to home as we're hitting. But besides that, it's whatever. You can like what you like. It's only cartoons. Oh, I'm poisoned. And this is one of those bosses I wish I could go back and play the game for the first time. Because, you know, we're not going to get jump scared. But it is one of those moments this game has where you kind of can't believe it actually happened. That was close. Usually I'm pretty bad at avoiding that move. All right, that's Guardian Ape. No trouble at all. The thing that kicks me is that From Software's like, hey, you beat him. And then you didn't. But the trick is you really cannot get greedy on this part. And I actually have a lot of trouble with this phase specifically. And I don't know why. Because it seems like we're doing pretty well. We might actually one and done Guardian Ape. Which I will be 100% honest with you guys. It took me like 2 hours to beat this guy off stream, and I was sick. But I guess I was also sick. Okay. We'll just one and done it. Yeah, and he just disappears. See, I was wondering, I'm like, if you hit the Mortal Blade first, like, how are you gonna fight him? But they just fade him away. Wow. Told you guys, I was trying to get good. All right. And again, if you're watching on YouTube and you're looking for specifically, oh, I want to see him get got. Apologies, I didn't get got. You know, it's kind of one of the reasons why, like, I probably won't play something like Revengeance on stream. Because I know a lot of the enjoyment of Revengeance is watching people experience it for the first time. Same with just, like, any Metal Gear, but, I mean, Metal Gear's just fun to play. But Revengeance is, I feel like, that game is just so crazy that you want to see, like, how people react to, you know, the characters. Specifically, probably Armstrong. This is really happening? This is really happening? Enemy is stronger than Guardian Ape? Only a little bit. Only a little bit. There's one more. Oh, that guy's really far away. Alright, almost done with this area. Almost. Wow, it would have actually been pretty bad if I died. Got almost another skill point. And I know I'm not spending them, but I'm kind of hoarding them right now, just in case. Well, doesn't this guy have some good stuff? Sort of. That's okay, but we banked our stuff already. We're good. By stuff, I mean money. But this is kind of not a great area to be in. We die. I don't think we will. Could happen, though. mean, we've got a little bit of extra, you know, resurrection power. We should be good. Stop. We're stuck in the stink. Hello? Not paying attention? It was bait. Hello? Right. Almost screwed it up. So that we need for the true ending. But I'm going for the true ending. I haven't even beaten the game once. I got to the last boss and gave up. I guess I want to make sure if I'm going to beat it this time. We do it the right way. And I think you have to teleport out. I don't think there's actually an exit.